I'll tell you, the funniest and most important thing I think to remember about Gerry is the fact that he was the funniest guy I've ever met in my entire life. For sure. Never told a joke in his life, couldn't tell a joke for his life, frankly.
Yeah. He could tell a mean story,
absolutely, he could tell a fantastic story. Yeah. He is the funniest guy you'll ever meet.
But in some ways, you know, Joe, Gerry had this thing, the lunches and if you're, or dinner, or whatever you're having, a beer or coffee with him, he was like a Shanachie, a modern Shanachie, and he'd have you in the palm's hand going, and then you'll never guess. And, you know, and it gets bigger, and the story gets more exaggerated with every telling.
A brilliant mimic. A brilliant mimic. And his mimicry of people was so incisive, but there was a much more serious side. He was a brilliant judge of people.
Yes.
He knew how to describe people, even after a short meeting, how he could describe the core of people. But I remember him telling recently, oh, my God, he was doing a mimic of Vincent Brown.
Yes.
Right? And he said, you know, Sister Stan, this was Gerry, Sister Stan comes on Vincent Brown, right? And she comes on to talk about the homeless, and Vincent says, Sister Stan, the homeless, and after 2 minutes, Vincent says, but Sister Stan, you really are a member of the Nazi party, or whatever. and then he says, within 15 minutes, Sister Stan is sitting there, yes, I am Dr. Mengele. And this was Gerry's
interpretation. Yeah, of course.
He exaggerated, and he was brilliant at being incisive about people.
I remember when I got married in Paris, and I was aware that Gerry was going to be in Paris with his family in Disney. So he gave Gerry the arrangements. This is where it's going to be. But like, we didn't want any kind of a public wedding. We wanted private, so there's no press going to be there. And Gerry arrives at the Ritz, the famous Ritz, for the dinner. And he comes in and he's like... And he said, like, I got the taxi from Disney, but then I changed taxi in case I was being followed. And eventually... None of it was true, of course. He regaled the table for the evening with the story.
And he was at his most hilarious describing meetings with upstairs again.
With the bosses,
A lot of it.
You're all right. You don't work for the place anymore. You can speak freely.
I can. But he was at his most...